Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17,
And Greyshot151 here.
and we are currently going over Kubo and the Two Strings,
Indeed.
a movie review from what was it? From developer, not developer, but
Laika.
Laika, who makes these films.
Yes, they've also made Coraline, Paranorman, and The Box Trolls in that order.
They've also helped with other productions such as smaller scale stuff with their stop animation.
Think Corpse Bride. They assisted with what was the
Harold and Kumar movie,
yeah, Harold
the
Kumar,
Christmas movie with
Christmas.
yeah. But yeah, so this film, I went in and I was my expectations were very high, and they were met. I would say.
To counter your point,
Yes.
my expectations. I always enjoy these films, and my expectations were from the trailers. They were kind of met. They kind of look like a normal action.
Oh no, the trailers got me. The trailers immediately. Can I tell you why it got me?
Why?
The opening shot with the scene of the water. That's how they opened up the trailer.
Oh.
With especially the first trailer, the water going, and the mother on a boat, and I'm just like, you have my attention. You have my
You know
attention.
whose attention you also have?
Huh.
Dun dun.
The cat, and it's fucking up the green screen. Nice job. But in any case, yes. So really, okay. So from that, I was excited. That's why, and I like the culture, the aspect of like the Japanese Oriental kind of setting that they had.
Yeah,
going
it's
on.
really kind of like traditional Japan, but it definitely has this mystical element behind it.
Yeah.
Where it's for those that would like Japanese, there's more of a it's not like they're basically spirits, and essentially at least in this movie there are gods, but this only takes place with like certain gods.
Wait, the question is he a god though?
I don't know.
So that's my anyway. So Kubo is hiding with his mother, who's suffering from some type of issue, and he is again. His journey is him trying to
Stay out of the night.
stay out the night, and then well, I'm not going to spoil it just yet, but essentially him trying to figure out his journey, figure out where he comes from, and then trying to defeat a presence trying to capture him.
Yes. There is a reason why he only has one eye, and
Yeah.
that plot point is used. But what's also used are the side characters. So in addition to this, we have there's like George Takei. I mean, he's like a very, very, very minor role.
Charlize Theron, who I think was Furiosa.
Yeah.
Yeah, which again, I'm like, oh, okay,
Was
good
she the
pick.
mom?
Yeah, she was the mom.
That's what. Okay. And then you also have Matthew McConaughey as the Beetle, if you've seen in the trailers.
Yes.
And
I forget who's the monkey, but I'll get back to that later.
The reason why these two characters work so well is the monkey and those two are probably the most that have the most screen time next to Kubo.
Yeah.
I would say. And at the very beginning, it's very much a town, and it's there's a lot of people, and Kubo really interacting with all these different people.
Oh, by the way,
Other
the
than
grandmother there,
Yeah, the
it's
older
not
woman,
his grandmother.
she's like
but,
a beggar, yeah.
Yeah, another beggar. Oh my god, she was just a great source of comedic relief. I was like, who is this? And then the more and more she was on screen, the more like, I like this person.
Yes. So all the characters, they're human. That's what you can say. They have like different personalities, but you can see even the monkey and the.
I like how we
beetle.
keep saying they're human, and we failed to recognize how beautiful the animation film is.
Yes, it's gorgeous. And again, people make note of, oh yeah, it's claymation. It doesn't look good. It's like this movie looks incredible. At
The
points.
fluidity is one
Yes,
of the big things.
especially
Yeah.
it's an art form, and I understand why Disney picks them up. I understand why Disney formats them. It's not about making money.
Does Disney format them?
Pretty sure.
I don't think so.
I think they're Disney.
No way.
Aren't they?
No, they're their own separate thing. I was gonna say there is no way this company, because I double checked them, especially with what they do. Again, you can double check yourself. They're not Disney. The Disney has no bearing on them. Which,
I thought it was Disney.
but they usually make a respectable amount of money. I think this film will make a respectable amount, equal to the last few films. I just don't think it will make
I think it'll make international.
make more than
Anyways,
domestic.
back to the actual film itself. So the main characters next to him, I would say there are three others that make note.
Yeah.
Which is the monkey,
Yep.
the beetle,
Yep.
and then the Moon King.
Yes.
Those three characters.
What? The sisters as well.
But not as much.
They were interesting. I would say that every time their presence was felt.
The sisters are the ones with the masks and the hats. They're essentially the ones going.
Yeah, like oh no.
They're the ones that are after Kubo, and as well as the Moon King, and then the beetle and the monkey are essentially trying to help and save Kubo. Both are very. Both introductions work well, and both have their own moments to shine.
I will say this: Matthew McConaughey did not sound like Matthew McConaughey.
No, he did not.
That's one thing I hate when in a movie, especially an anime movie, where they'll get an actor or they'll get a high personality, and not just that, but you can't separate it. The Jungle Book did a pretty good idea because even though you knew it was Idris Elba, he played a fucking badass tiger that you were able to separate yourself.
Yeah,
whereas
Bill Murray was kind of...
Well, Bill Murray, you sound like Bill Murray, which is nothing wrong. I mean, if he's a good actor, it's a good actor. But if you can't if the actor can't play a character, that's an issue. Each of these actors and actresses in this film, their voice talents played
because
separate.
Because you related to them. I didn't know the kid's voice. I honestly didn't know the monkey or the again Matthew McConaughey. I could recognize the voice. Like I heard the guy's voice before, but I've never seen it. Like I couldn't recognize it. And when it said Matthew McConaughey, immediately I'm thinking. I was imagining this guy's voice, and I kept imagining in my head, all right. Like I literally was using those two, and I was like, it doesn't match. So, but yeah, both do an admirable job, and essentially on this journey, they're essentially trying to find a way to stop the Moon King. And without going into too many spoilers or anything of that nature, it leads down some interesting paths, and it definitely takes turns that both I expect and don't expect.
There is a bigger scale to this film that I think than the Box Trolls or Paranorman. Like, Paranorman will set in a town, Coraline will set in a house, essentially. Like,
comically enough, this and Coraline have both the correlation with the eye.
They do have a correlation with something with eyes, which I
a Coralination.
Anyway, the thing I really, really did enjoy about this film as well was the fact that again, just going, not just the characters, but the music behind it was just very subtle, but very still good. It wasn't something that pulled
the
me
end
out.
one,
yeah,
as the weeps with my guitar.
Oh yeah,
that was great. That was a great way to end it.
Yes, that specifically I want to bring that up, but yeah. We're going to get into spoiler review, so recommendation right now.
Yes, highly recommendation. But now we're getting spoilers in 3, 2, 1.
Spoilers.
The monkey and the beetle are his parents.
Oh my god,
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
coming.
I did not see that coming. And
the monkey, I could imagine because I couldn't. I think
monkey's Charlize Theron. I'm just like, that doesn't sound, because she never talked that much. The mother never talked.
Was perfect, so you didn't get a real correlation.
And then I'm like, all right, I could possibly.
And then when there's a scene where essentially he you can see the spirit are the same, which it kind of doesn't make a. Again, there's a minor thing with how they interact, but I guess it's her not wanting him to know, so she was off-putting. But it works out, and that
being said, the mother was usually very kind and would tell stories. She wasn't very aggressive.
Yes, and this you saw her aggressiveness, which actually correlates to the fact that she is the daughter of the Moon King, and her sisters and the Moon King want Kubo to be with them. But Kubo can only be with them if he's blind to humanity, which is why they took one of his eyes.
Yes, they wanted to take both, but
yes, because
the army of the fathers try to hold him back. And by the way, I'm like, why could an army not defeat the two witches? Because I'm just like, that doesn't make sense. Then the dragon comes out. I'm like, oh, that's why. Yeah. Oh, okay, you have my attention.
Yeah, which by the way, the dragon I like the design of it. But no, essentially the Moon King came down and went after him, and his father held off as long as possible, and he was able to save his son and his wife, but at the cost of his own humanity and his memories. To the fact that basically the Moon King basically was like, essentially he didn't want to grant him death, he wanted to grant him essentially eternally without him ever knowing, basically as a wanderer. So basically he kind of turns him into this beetle thing.
Which, by the way, I love the realization. Just like, how are you gonna help us at all? And then he just shoots an arrow. It's like, well, anyone can do that. And he just shoots 6 more arrows. And it's like, all right, you're on our team.
Yeah, but the other note is this guy. It's a character that he understands. He's slowly piecing together what he can and what he was, but he never understands. At first, he thinks he was a man. When he was in the army and he was contorted to this, or it was his master. But then,
Hi.
And
I wanted to get her away. That's usually grabbing her is a good way to be like, she's like, peace out, I'm done. But go on.
in any case, for the most part, the movie
Reminds me-
does very well with the characters, and there's a moment where you think that that something's going to happen, and it gets twisted around very quickly,
Yeah.
which is essentially they're led to the old castle of Hanzo,
Yep.
where his army died, which you see.
Which, by the way, if I have to point out critique, you know that there's a blind person trying to kill you, and you take advice from a blind person. Moving on.
Yes. In any case,
Sorry.
he was trusting his dreams earlier, which made so they kind of had that set up because there's like a little red guy, which every time he dreams, basically this thing comes to life, and then
What are you talking about?
the red little soldier. Because remember, it was activated with his dreams.
Oh, right.
So he thought his dreams were leading them, in a sense, to the armor, which is how they would, how Hanzo,
I would still
which
be
is
like,
his father,
you know,
originally claimed to
after
beat the Moon King.
Look, Kubo,
Tally.
your father is blind and fucked us up. You know, fucked me up. You know, don't trust. You know, he wants to take your eyes.
Which
hey,
he never
blind
said.
person in my dream. You know, that's cool.
Which they never did say. All they did say was, my dream. You know, I know where to go. He never said it was a blind person. So understandably, they just thought it was like him realizing it. Which, by the way, so basically these armor, it's the unbreakable sword. It basically
a helmet,
unbeatable helmet, unbeatable armor, and that's how Hanzo had originally.
You think they're
planned.
just like, well, shoot, we have armor and we have a sword. What else do we need? Just add the helmet as something different. But to be fair, the helmet reveal of it being in the actual location, that's why they were going.
That's why they went
and
there,
then got knocked out. So they, again, head injury from the woman just made it so she couldn't remember why they were there. I thought that was clever. I did. Yeah. So I'm just like, oh, it's not a cop out because we've seen it. It's hinted at it and it's revealed. This isn't something like, oh, it was there the whole time. There's nothing.
Yeah. Now, I had some backstory. And again, the biggest twist in the moment that I didn't know, it was kind of like How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Oh, yeah.
That I didn't know where it was going because there's a moment where the monkey's dying or she's dying and the mom is dying and Kubo and Hanzo are basically over her and they're like, and Hanzo's like, I promise I will keep him safe. And the next moment, he's basically has a sword impaled through him.
I did. That was like, oh my god.
And I was just like,
he's a beetle, right? He has multiple hearts. No.
Shit. So like, then the mom comes back and kills her sister.
Yeah.
But then Kubo was alone, and immediately I was like, yeah, what happens now?
Oh no, Kubo used his magic as well, right?
Yeah.
He used the last, like, except for a little bit left of his magic, which he used to get to the helmet. And then he fought the grandfather who tried to persuade him.
Yeah, which also, by the way, but cool battle.
Yeah, cool battle, and also great location that destroyed like town.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say about this is, what I really liked is the fact that the thing that they were getting to fight off the grandfather, which, spoilers, the mother is essentially one of the sisters, and she opened herself up to humanity and tried to escape. Why the Moon King, whatever the hell, was like, oh, I'm gonna kill. Was trying to get after her. The thing I do like about that is the armor itself, which the father was trying to find to defeat the Moon King, which I don't think is a god, but I think it's a person who just gained some mystic power.
No, it's like he's like a demigod, like a spirit or something. Yeah.
And then like he had a relationship with someone, had 3 sisters, and then gave them power.
3 daughters.
3 daughters, sorry, not sisters. 3 daughters. And then gave them power. That's how I see it. I mean, you can own interpretation, but what I do like about it is the fact that, again, the thing that they were trying to kill him with could not do it. And
oh yeah, the unbreakable sword, the armor. I thought that's how the movie was going to end, with him like using that against him. But the movie also, after that moment with the death of the father, it keeps going in directions that I didn't see going. For instance, essentially, you made note of where the 2 strings coming from, and that's used at the very end.
Yeah, this entire movie, I'm like, Kubo and the 2 strings. I didn't know. Like, I'm still like, even like 2/3 of the way through, I'm like, I don't understand.
And it's essentially the instrument he uses. There's 3 strings.
Yes.
One he uses from his mother's hair.
Yep.
One he uses from his father's bow.
Yep.
And the last one he uses from himself.
Yep.
and essentially them three in harmony, those three together, and coupled with his magic is what he uses to not kill his grandfather. Which I also thought was super clever of them not to do, because this whole story is not.
Some
about
people might
vengeance.
be like, "Oh, you didn't kill him." It's like you don't need.
He essentially gives his grandfather the other eye, and this gives him a window into humanity. He loses memories, but then what I also loved was the people around him. After all the destruction this guy caused, they understood that this was just now this was a person with no memory, and they could shape him how they wanted, and they shaped him as a.
Was Kubo blind?
No.
Oh, sorry. The way you said he gave him the other eye, I'm like, wait,
No, his original eye.
Oh, okay.
They essentially, which I don't know where it was, but yeah, in any case, the other note I have is the fact that
it's in a dresser.
The townspeople decided to shape him as a person of honesty, a good person, someone that gave to the homeless.
Because grandfather just pops up and he's just human. He's just like, I'm sorry, I have no idea who I am and why I'm here. And the townspeople are just like, you are a very kind person, and Kubo starts within, the rest can chip in. And I thought that I love how the village who said would like Kubo because of his magic tricks, which by the way, we forgot the initial setup with Kubo using his magic with the origami. Oh my,
fantastic!
That was an amazing scene. I could watch that little figure go around and fight off the spider.
Reminded me of Chicken Jack.
At
that moment, yeah.
But no, it was so good, and I'm just like, you have me at this. And then the more and more progress, like the battle on the sinking ship, the battle with the giant skeleton, the battle in the castle, the battle in the village. Each of them separately with their own unique, cool features that define them, and I really like it because they never repeated the same thing.
Yep. Yeah, and then it finally ends with a warming, touching embrace of his mother, and again,
that hit me. That did hit me.
That was, oh my god. So him seeing his father, his mother, and them finally being united, which is set up earlier in the film, and then it just ends. This movie is so it's not a. I wouldn't say it's a thrill. It's not like a thriller. It's not like an action movie. It's a beautiful movie.
I would say
that's how
it's a child's adventure film with the soul of a much more
developed movie.
Yeah, not just developed movie, but a grown-up movie, or like adult themes.
Yes.
It has adult themes that the infrastructure, but the appearance is childlike. So what you get is a child's film that can reach both a child audience and an adult audience really, really well. Like if you're an adult in this, there's some parts that'll hit you, not as much as Up, but it'll still hit you pretty hard. Like there's a scene where he's where the grandmother starts talking about the older woman talks about her dead husband, and like how now she can talk with him now more than ever since he's dead.
He never said a word to me in 50 years. And now that I talk to him in his spirit form, he won't shut up. Like, yeah, I get there's some great jokes in there too. It's not just all
Kubo's just there, just like,
what are you talking about?
Yeah, how does this work? And everyone else is like going along, and Kubo, and like that's a moment where it's just like the kids realize the kid side and the adult side. The adult knows what's going on. The kids are just like, oh, okay, is grandma talking back? That part was just like, oh my god, that was good. That was really good.
Yeah. So overall, Kubo and the Two Strings. If you like Coraline, I would say it's one of their best works. I would say it's not as good. I would say Coraline is their masterpiece.
See, I'm on the differentiating opinion.
Okay.
I like Coraline and Paranorman. I think Paranorman's a bit better. I think that third act of Paranorman is just like phenomenal. But I also think the third act of Coraline is really good until the final 5 minutes, and I feel like it could have been done a little better. I feel like they extended it. That's my opinion. I know everyone likes their own. I don't like Box Trolls. Box Trolls had plenty of issues.
It was
more of a comedic romp. And don't get me wrong. This studio puts enough time and effort into their films where I don't care if they take a comedic step. Box Trolls was an enjoyable film. I can't say I did not like it. It's like Pixar, except for Cars, where it's like...
It tried to be their Disney movie, yeah. I think, where they tried to do something different and it didn't work as well as they hoped.
Yeah. I think it was their younger, like an audience try to get younger viewers. Because if you look at Coraline, that's like a teenager movie. Paranorman, it's a teenager movie. Because literally it's set up as a teenage horror film.
Yeah.
And even this movie, if you take them to go see a giant bug and the monkey, it's like, oh, cute, the monkey, and they both die. The little kid's like, oh my god. Oh, final thing. So highly recommend it. Probably one of the top animated films of the year. Same thing with you.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say it has a very strong
I
chance
have
of being on our top 10
one.
list.
Yes. One thing, we did not see this at Alamo because they didn't show it, which for some reason, or at least the one close to us.
Yeah, Alamo, how dare you not show this movie? This movie was good.
Yeah. You instead.
We'll see you next time.
You instead chose to. Was it? What was the other films like? Shoot.
Oh, you want to talk about a horror movie?
Suicide Squad and a few others.
No, you want to talk about a horrible movie that I'm dreading seeing?
What?
The goddamn trailer. Which, by the way, we got in a little bit later, just because we went for this type of movie. We know that essentially they're gonna pair it with like every other child movie. So what we usually
Please
do
put
is
Sausage
wait.
Party. That'd be amazing. I want to see a bunch of kids like.
Oh my god, yes.
What's with the sausage?
Why is everyone dying horribly? No. The major note I have with this is, goddamn, that movie,
Call of the Wild. Call of the Wild.
Holy God.
That looks terrible.
I've never
Every
hated a
time.
movie so much
Uh,
other than that trailer. That
I know some of the voice actors in that film, and I'm just like, this was a direct-to-video movie, and they just put a few extra $1 million to polish and be like, we're gonna put this on major theaters.
I'm sorry. Whoever gets dragged into that movie, it's like the Chipmunks movies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, parents. This is why parents, if you are listen,
This
if
is
you
why
are-
you plan
if you are
accordingly.
you are a person, your little or younger brother is going to see an animated film. Don't take them to that. Just come to Greyshot Productions. We'll give you an idea of what to go to, and we'll give you a strong recommendation.
Yeah,
Because,
watch
let's
this
be
review
honest.
where I just swore. So that would be great for your 5-year-old.
Yes.
Or the new Let's Play I have called The Man, the Myth, and the Motherfucking Paint. That's a real child friendly. By the way, I have the asterisk, so of course. But again, I will say, so we didn't go to the Alamo, and again, it's like
Went to Cinemark,
Cinemark.
local area.
Okay, I don't know. Again, this is my own thing. I liked it. I liked the reclining seats.
Yes, I liked it a lot too.
So-
we'll probably go see the other movies there. Some like
We'll switch it up.
Mhm.
I like the Alamo because of the seating and popcorn. I think popcorn is slightly better.
Yes,
But I like Cinemark because of the reclining
the recline chairs
and
are
the
so
space
nice.
you have between people. That was great.
Cinemark. I don't know why.
Why is all the movie theaters in Austin good?
If you go to okay, here's a recommendation. Don't go to Pennsylvania and go to a movie theater. Movie theaters are shit in Pennsylvania. I guarantee.
Except for Cinemark. Cinemark's okay.
Cinemark was okay. No. You compare Cinemark. I worked at a Cinemark.
Yeah.
I know Cinemark because I worked there for like a year.
Okay.
Well, no, okay, for like 6 months. But in any case, my note is Cinemark in PA. Get your act together, because Cinemark in Austin looks really nice. I mean, the food, the popcorn, I thought tasted better. And
Yeah.
the other note was the reclining chairs were.
Oh my,
nice, man.
dude, the reclining
They were
chairs,
so
people,
nice.
that you can it's enough space that literally, I swear to God, you could fall asleep during a movie. If you want a 2-hour nap, just tell your boss, hey, I have to review this movie. Go see 9 Lives and take a 2-hour nap. I swear, it's gonna be great.
I'm someone that I need to be in like a comfy chair, which is why my brother has like a shitty chair, and I have this because it's like, okay, I need to be in something comfortable.
My chair is also falling apart. Like literally, it's breaking.
Any case, that's why I have this one, which is basically it's good support for the back. It's that way you can relax and whatnot. Because me, I understand. This is like a car. I'm gonna be sitting. Which, by the way, your cat has freaking annihilated. But
I want
it's
to talk to you about
something
that.
nice. Cinemark. 5 out of 5 stars. Or
Yeah.
5 out of 5 stars when it comes to their chairs. Because I was just like chilling, relaxing. It was like.
Because I'm just sitting there like, how do you put?
There was a guy.
How do you put the
there
back
was a
part down? You're
guy-
just like keep pressing.
There
the
was a
button.
guy 3 seats down from us, probably around our age, and he was just chilling and relaxing, and I was just like, he understands this.
Yes.
We just got it, but he understood it. He got the message.
Yep. He knows. And again, it's like those times where it's just like this. You know how you get audiences in theaters? You do shit like that. You do Alamo where you have an extra cool intro theater section.
Speaking of which, I'm also gonna rant about the airlines now. You want to get people to enjoy your flights? How about maybe next time you don't have fun facts about flights? They now have commercials in front of you the entire flight. They have chairs with TVs, and you think, oh, I can watch TV. No, unless you pay money for it, which probably works if you're on a long flight. You know what it doesn't work for? A 2-hour flight where then they just play constantly commercials.
You can't shut it off?
I didn't realize they don't have a power button. Well, how do you think you would turn off a TV?
The power button.
Nope, they don't have a power button.
What do you do?
I need to turn the brightness all the way down. I figured, that, because people are going to assume that. I turned the brightness all the way down and figured out how to turn it
Holy
off.
shit! What airline?
It was United.
Oh well, that's why that's why when again that possible thing we have to do where I have to fly out, I'm like I'll pay the extra $7 to get on Delta because I hear nothing but good things about Delta out of all those other airlines.
Yeah, United was good, but yeah,
Southwest is okay.
That kind of ticked me off.
It's
I was like, are you serious right now?
Southwest is the better one. American Airlines the one you just stay the fuck away from. You stay away.
Which one?
American Airlines.
Sorry, Hannah. Her father works for that one, remember?
Look, I'm sorry, but when the reviews come in and it's at the bottom tier, I'm sorry. He's gonna look at this and be like, I hate your brother.
Don't worry, I hate him too. In any case, guys, that's our review of Kubo the Two Strings, Cinemark, and American Airlines.
Yeah.
If you wanted to catch us next time, we'll be seeing what? What's coming up?
So there's Sausage Party coming that in still in theaters I may want to see.
Yeah.
Look, I know but it has a lot of good comedic actors and it looks funny.
My note is I'm not a big fan of Seth Rogen comedies are good. I don't usually watch them.
Okay.
Like Into the what's the
This
End
is the end.
This is the end.
I love that. That's great.
This is the end was good, but I thought The Interview was better. Maybe just because I'm a history guy and I love the fact that it was a dictatorship and the fireworks.
Yeah.
Maybe you're a fire.
that scene is why I love that film. Just the whole and you just see it blow up and it just expands. I'm like,
yeah. But the other ones that he does, like Pineapple. What is Pineapple Express?
No, that's completely separate.
What's the one with the thing?
There's the Interview. There is This is the End.
Yes.
There was the Christmas movie that actually got really good reviews.
There's another one. No, the one before that.
Shoot.
I'm blanking on the name.
Neighbors?
Yes. Did not like that one.
I actually really liked it. I'm sorry, that cushion sequence, every time just like, yes. Because again, one thing that Seth Rogen does really well is the physical comedy aspect.
You know what hasn't done well, actually, now that I think about it? Comedies this year.
Oh, no, everything is done terrible.
Or sequels, I mean. Sequels and reboots.
Look, Independence Day Resurgence. Like, even The Legend of Tarzan, not as much. Ben-Hur. What else? Suicide Squad. Batman vs. Superman. I mean, you could say that was spring, but you get the point.
Hey, Hollywood, don't make a shitty movie. That's all you have to do. Just don't make shitty movies.
None of those big blockbuster movies, except for probably like Civil War or what was The Jungle Book?
Yeah.
Were actually like well rated.
Well,
like
you know
all
what the
were
funny
terrible.
Thing is? The best movies this year were the best rated. Like you didn't have the Transformers movie come out. Like Suicide Squad.
Nice Guys.
Nice
Guys, smaller film. I know it's like $50 million and it made barely its budget back, but I think you marketed that poorly. The whole thing about those is you have like the smaller films this year, like Kubo, like the Shallows, and a bunch of other small stuff. The Conjuring 2 is a smaller movie. The Lights Out, and by the way, horror films actually doing really decent well. Like Lights Out, I've heard nothing but good things.
Don't Breathe, I hear, is getting good.
Yeah, Don't Breathe is is a higher Star Trek Beyond has a equal.
Oh yeah, great movie.
Sorry, equal Metacritic and other score Rotten Tomatoes to Star Trek Beyond. It's actually getting really good. It's the same thing with Lights Out, and I'm just like, okay. It seems like people are just like they're finally learning where it's like, okay, not with comedies and not with big blockbusters, but with horror films, like maybe we should actually put people behind these, because if they're really good, they make way more money than was it Ouija or whatever the fuck, and then you don't become a laughing stock so that we have to release direct to DVD. Oh boy,
Well, in any case, guys, that's been our review of Kubo, Two Strings, everything else in the world.
If this is going to be our last, if this is going to be our last official summer movie that we're going to see, I will say this movie season has been terrible overall. But there have been a few glimmers, such as Legend of Tarzan, which was okay. Star Trek, great. This movie, great.
Civil War,
amazing.
Yes.
Still, and Finding Dory, okay, good. Jungle Book, again, all the Disney stuff. It's knocking out of the park. So, yeah, get your shit together, Sony, Warner Brothers, and everyone else.
Yeah, please. We're just begging you.
Hey guys, Ben-Hur, $100 million movie remake. Let's do it.
I don't understand why. Why are these movie studios so focused on the past Like, are they chasing the 300 crowd? Because 300 didn't make that much money.
No,
Or even the sequel didn't even make that much money. Is what I mean. The original was good.
I really hope this is this is a big shock to studios, because international markets aren't saving you. Like, Independence Day did not get saved. I hate to break it. Even like Suicide Squad, even with international, it'll make like 600 million.
Also, putting a lot of CGI into a movie doesn't make it good.
Yeah.
Fun fact: maybe you should try some practical effects. Here or there, that also might help out a bit.
Hey, there's a reason why Mad Max won last year for like best movie, won most awards.
Oh, you wanna know what was also had good? Again, the last year, Goosebumps. That is a surprising amount of practicality to it, and it worked out very well.
The puppet, the whole fucking puppet was great.
The puppet and the monsters, like a lot of them, more
some
than
CG, but yeah, there were a lot. The crowd was all not CG, which was awesome.
Also, what else? A lot of the little like the how like everything seemed real, like it wasn't like a CGI like amusement park or whatnot.
Yeah, and
because it helped me, because that movie was so much better because it didn't look like gloss.
To finish this off, Rant, I am more excited for, again, I think when movies do it right and they incorporate CG and practicality effectively and with a good story, they can become phenomenal. A.K.A. Kubo and the Two Strings, and the reason why I'm excited for the Lego Batman movie. Because, because that's coming out, I think the beginning of next year, and that movie looks like a little like stop motion film with how they do their course.
Speaking of movies, there is now a Godzilla animated movie coming out, 3D, coming out of Japan in 2017.
Oh, you know what? We might go see Shin Gojira.
Shin
Gojira.
We need to check out Shin Gojira whenever it gets released stateside.
That's another one. So after all of that, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time, guys.